Hello and welcome back, friends. If you're new around here, I'm Big Gator. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you're right where you belong. Right now, we're covering the Grand Slam, U.S. Open, semifinals. So get in the comments, let me see what you're playing for today, and check out the pinned comment to make sure you want to play what I'm playing for today as well. If you do like the breakdowns of these matches, please give this video a like. It goes a super long way. I appreciate everyone that does. And if you're feeling generous, there's a link in the pinned comment if you'd like to donate, if you would like to. It's just there if you'd like to. And if you would like to join the community, I have a free Discord where we talk tennis 24/7. I share a few extra bets here and there if you'd like to follow along with those. A bunch of other people in there are also sharing some pretty good bets. I stream the matches as well if you would like to catch some of them if you don't have access. So get yourself involved. It's a free Discord. We got over 100 people. Love to see you. That being said, what are we looking like for today? What are we looking like? My broom's nowhere near me, but a sweep after a bad day. Lost all tickets, came back, bang. Got our slip green, got our certified smoke. We took over 9.5 games in the first set for Felix versus Alex Demonar, and bang, we got that right on the money, hooked us right over perfectly. And then we took Yannick to win in straights against Musetti. Kind of saw that coming. So thanks for that. We also took Yannick on the spread, minus 8.5. Super gracious. Yannick is here. Let's get it. So great day for us 2 days ago. Let's hopefully keep it going all the way to the end of this thing. So we will carry on with our very first match of the day, which is going to be, again, Yannick Sinner going against Felix Auger-Aliassime. I'm going to say it again. Yannick Sinner versus Felix Auger-Aliassime. And this is going to be their fifth head-to-head, I'm sorry. As we know, we just saw them in the quarterfinals in Cincinnati. It did not go too hot. And then we had the walkover from Yannick. From the walkover for Felix from Yannick in Madrid earlier last year. But then they hadn't played each other since Cincinnati the year before, back in 2022, I'm sorry. Back when we had an earlier Felix, a more agile Felix. Now we have a more grown, stoic playing Felix that can hit lines a lot better. So, given what we've been seeing, right, Felix has been playing some outstanding tennis. Doesn't mean he's going to be beating Yannick Sinner. Yannick did bagel him in the first set in Cincinnati. That was the first time he had played him in 3 years, though, so kind of take that with a grain of salt. And then he just kind of fluffed over that next set. He knew there was no coming back. So, looking at how well Yannick has been winning, only dropping a set to Dennis, I'm equally as concerned for Felix being a Dennis in the situation. So, we know Yannick's stats. He's 17-1 only because he had a retirement. So, more or less undefeated. But he was getting defeated by Alcaraz in the match he retired in. Almost got bageled. But he's 36-4 this season. He ended last season 74-7 across all surfaces. Felix is 35-19 this season, going 22-8. He has more wins on the hard court this season than Yannick, but he has 7 more losses. 8, really, in reality. 8 real losses. So, win percentage, Felix is not even at 60%. Yannick is at 76. So we have a 17% difference in win rate. We already know Yannick's winning, but I'm just saying to say. Now, I don't think there's been a point so far in this tournament where Yannick hasn't been like above minus 1,000 to win a match at any given point, like during a live match or anything, like at any given point. So this is the thing, right? You can fuck around and you can take Felix to get a set here. I don't think it's wise. The only thing that I hate about these situations is that the pricing is ridiculous. Because everyone and their mother should know that the play is the minus 1.5 set spread for Jannik Sinner. But it's priced at minus 700. You'd literally have to find something with the Djokovic match to pair that with for it to make sense. And that would have to be like even money on that other match. So I'm just trying to give you guys the gauging I'm gauging right now. It's not really worth it. Because if you take him to win in straights, it's minus 185. But what if Felix wins a set at plus 260? Winning 3-1 is plus 260. So taking that both, you can get both of those results, 3-1 and 3-0 set betting, if you just cover the minus 1.5 spread. But it's minus 700. They think that's extremely likely. Let's look at how their first sets have been looking. Jannik has been destroying people in the first set. And it's no different than what he did to Felix. But Felix has been playing better. I don't know if it's a different... So, I'll take us back a little bit, right? Back in Cincinnati a few weeks ago, Sinner went against Ottman, Scary Terry Ottman, one of our new favorites here now. And he had nothing to lose. This is a kid who came from qualies and is playing Jannik in the semis of a Masters. He had nothing to lose. He took Jannik to a tiebreak, bro. A first set tiebreak. Felix got bageled. Confidence wasn't there. Now we have Felix, who's beaten Billy Harris, Roman Safil in the straight so far. Got through, and then listen to this. He beats Zverev, Rublev, and Alex de Minaur, like, in that order. This is a crazy run that he's on right now. You'd be stupid to ignore it at this point. But at this point, it might not matter anymore. Right? It might not mean shit. He's going against Jannik. He did everything he needed to do just to get here and lose. That's what it's going to be for the rest of these guys that aren't Sincaraz. So, what do we do here, huh? We can look at tiebreak options. Jannik is minus 2,500 to win. And finally, the tiebreak is plus money. Plus 105. Now, Felix has literally played in a tiebreak in every match he's played except for the one against Rublev. As far as ball striking goes, I think the closest he will get to what Jannik is, as far as who he's played, is Rublev, crazy enough. I think Rublev was hitting the forehands, the backhands, pretty hard. I mean, Rublev has a crazy forehand. So, de Minaur, he can hit the ball hard, but he can't do much serving. He can't do much. All he can do is put the ball in play and then play good tennis. Rublev, he can serve. He can hit the ball hard. When he on a great day, Rublev is super good, and he caught him on a pretty good day, and he still beat him. So, then we have Sinner, who's gone through Vitkopcheva, Popyrin and straights, Shapovalov, Bublik, and now Musetti. Only dropping a set to Dennis, the Menace. Felix has only dropped 2 sets so far. 1 to Zverev and 1 to de Minaur. Is he able to get a set or a push to a tiebreak? I would think so. Let's look at the aces. Against de Minaur, how many did he have? Jesus fuck, he had 22. What are the aces at for this? $19.5. Ooh, Yannick is a really good returner, though. And do we get choke Felix? That's the thing. Do we get choke Felix? So against Rublev only had 6 on him. And Felix had 13. Interesting. How many double faults did they have? 4 double faults apiece in the Rublev and Felix match. Wow, Felix had 11 double faults with 22 aces. You know what I'm thinking about. What is his fucking double faults at for Yannick? Because what did he do against Yannick? He didn't do too well against Yannick either. He had a few of those in that match too. But he took that ass whooping like a beast. Oh, did he? He had 8 double faults, 0 aces. Woo! Wow, his line is at fucking 7.5. That's ridiculous, bro. That is ridiculous. Yannick only had 2 in that match. How many has Yannick been getting, though? Something tells me that the serve might start to act up a little bit today. Bro had 0 double faults. Let me stop fucking talking about nothing. I'm talking about nothing. I hate the aces thing because it could really go over 20 and it can really go under 20. You know? Yannick is at 8.5. That's a good number, but against Felix, who isn't really he's got a great return on him so far this tournament, so So the first set going, let's say, to 9 games. So 6-3 is all we need. That's minus 300. That's the first set. It going over, if Felix can hold for the first 4 games, it's plus money. If Felix can hold for the first 4 games, it's plus money. If you think he can do it, take it. I don't know if I can just put money on Felix against Yannick now. That's my thing, right? Like, I would love to have taken Felix more during this tournament, but at this point now, this isn't the time to take him. You can't take him for shit now. The spread is the only other thing left to look at, which is at 7.5. I think Yannick can cover that. It was a bit narrow, but then again, the Musetti match, what did we see in that Musetti match? Yannick was always going for this forehand back wide to his right. Like, if he was on his if he was on the left side of the court, if he was here, he'd always be hitting it this way. And he was always going for the line there. After a certain point, Musetti was just so used, he was predicting that. And I don't know if he's doing that to create some type of strategy so anyone watching him up to this point is going to think that he's going to be making that decision. But he wasn't attacking the line he was on a lot. He was always going back across, and with the forehand at least. So I'm hoping that we don't see that again, because honestly, it wasn't a great strategy, but it worked because he's just too good. I don't think that's going to work on Felix as much. Not as much. Something we can take, though, I would be super surprised if this goes over 36 games. But we've seen crazier things. If we wanted to, we could probably parlay those together. We could alt up the spread for Yannick. And it's still minus money. So you have to go with the regular spread. It's still minus money. You have to go with a plus spread, which is plus by itself. So maybe moving it down to 33.5 and then get the 6.5. Nope. Still. Damn. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. But I think under 35.5 is a good parlay piece. It's minus 215. It surely shouldn't go to over 3 tie breaks worth of games, right? It shouldn't go 7-6, 7-6, 7-6. That'd be absurd, right? Surely he can't withstand that level against Yannick. But maybe he could. I'm doubting a person that just beat Demonar, Rublev, and Zverev. Like back to back to back. Only dropping 2 sets in the process. So, but those are regular human players. He's going against Yannick. I keep going back to that, right? So, it's either going to be the spread or the under games for me. I don't think Yannick's played a single, except for the Dennis match, which is the only person I keep comparing to Felix in this conversation with myself. Let's see, 12 and 19. I mean, 18. It was 12 and 18. 12 and 18 is 30. Yeah, so even in the Dennis match, it only went to 30 games. Crazy enough. Crazy enough. So, if it only went to 30 games against Dennis, it's got to be way under that. Like, at least got to be under 33, right? And 32.5 is minus 150. I think the 33.5 might be the best, though. That gives him space to get 2 tie breaks. That's 26. And then win 6-3. No, that wouldn't work. Well, it wouldn't be 2 tie breaks. It would be a tiebreaker and then probably a 6-4, 6-3. So that'd be 7 and then 1 on the spread. That'd be 8. So he'd cover the spread there. And then, let's see, for the games, that would be 19 plus 13, which is 32. So, yeah, that would hit. That would hit. I like the under 33.5 games, actually. I think that's a viable play. If you want to be safer, you can take the 35.5. But we'll carry on. That was a long coverage for that one match. And then we'll move on to the final match of the evening. I'll be looking forward to this one as well. We have the Joker going against Carlitos. Novak Djokovic and Carlos Alcaraz. This will be their 9th head-to-head in 3 years. Wow. They've played each other on every surface so far. This will be their 3rd head-to-head on the hard courts. Djokovic has always beaten Carlos on the hard court. Never been able to beat Djokovic on the hard court. Even this year, Alcaraz lost in Melbourne in the quarterfinals. I bet no one saw that coming. Novak Djokovic, is a dog at plus 290. And, man oh man, even if he doesn't win, that's an enticing thing to see right there. You know, you got to sometimes just look at things and be like, hey, man, I did that. Like, hey, man, I saw that. I didn't play it, but I did do that. I called it. But Djokovic, man, I don't know what y'all want me to say on this one. Djokovic is showing us that age ain't nothing but a number for him. The way that he beat Taylor Fritz, man. The way that all this hope is going into the WTA for Anisimova at this point is in this fashion is just, man, it's a sad day. It's a sad day. It's been a sad few days, honestly, coming to terms with it. But sideline, sidebar, side note, congrats to Amanda Anisimova for getting to another final. You go, girl. Taylor Swift, Taylor Fritz. is the last person that got beaten by Djokovic, but leading up to that was Jan Lennard Struff, Cameron Norrie, Zach Svita, Lerner Tien. And I'm going to say this. He only was able to beat Struff and Tien in straights. He dropped sets to Svita, Norrie, and Fritz. He'll be dropping some sets to Alcaraz too. Let's just keep it a beat. If Taylor Fritz could get a set the way he got a set, Alcaraz is going to have a blast doing so. So, mind you, every time these guys, at least out of, let's see, the 8 times they played, half of them have been in finals. They've played in 2 semifinals. The only time, 3 semifinals. Novak has won in all of those except for the very first one in Madrid on the clay in 2022. When Carlos was 19. So, just looking at that, the fact that Djokovic has really 5 wins on Alcaraz is a bit crazy. Even in the modern day, he has beaten him. Like today's time, like a few months ago. I don't know if the level that he has is like the chip. We have a chip on his shoulder, Alcaraz now. Boy, done buzz his hair down. He's been playing like he can't be beaten, bruh. He hasn't dropped a set at all. Like, very convincingly, too. It would just surprise me if Djokovic starts to give this guy trouble. It really would. It really would. I think it really would just, like, throw me for a loop. Now, the crazy thing about this is that the first thing that comes to my mind is the minus 1.5 set spread for this as well. Because I think Carlos could either win in straights or win 3-1. I wouldn't take both of those outcomes. I would just take both in one with the minus 1.5 set spread. But why? Like I said, hasn't dropped a set yet. Bagel Dartery in his game. Bagel Bellucci. Lehechka is someone that is, I would say, very, very close to his level at times. Because he's beaten him once or twice before. He's been able to take a set from him. So, just saying, if we had Lehechka going against Djokovic, what would you think the outcome would be? Just like as a hypothetical, I think Djokovic may be able to lose to Lehechka. I don't know their head-to-head history, but I think Djokovic could potentially lose to Lehechka. So, if he can lose to Lehechka, in my mind, and in reality, Carlos has beaten him before, but he's only beaten him on the grass. Which is like, what? But looking at the seasonal stats, Carlos is playing just as good as a season as Novak had 2 years ago, in 2023. But a bit better. And it will actually continue to become better. It will probably look a lot more like his 2016 season. Maybe even his 2015 season. But I'll get into those stats in a second. Alcaraz is 21-4 on the hard courts this season with a 79% win rate on the hard court, going 59-6. Fuck me, man. That's crazy. Then we have Djokovic, who is 17-5 on the hard court with an 85% win rate, going 31-9 on all surfaces this season. Not bad. Now, as I said, Djokovic's 2016 season, he went 66-9 across all surfaces. 40-4 on the hard, 16-2 on the clay, 8-2 on the indoor hard, and 2-1 on the grass, which I guess he didn't play that season. But stupid season. Alcaraz is pretty much having that season, going 21-4, 22-1 on the clay, 5-0 on the indoor hard court, 11-1 on the grass. Like, ridiculous shit, bro. As time is moving, my mind and my thoughts about Sinner are swaying a tad bit. I do think Sinner is the machine that is, when he's at his best, he's fucking hard to beat. But Alcaraz, dude, I feel like he is like, he's like Kobe Bryant, and Kyrie Irving, and Michael Jordan, all in the same player, but on a tennis court. Like, that guy has infinite shot packages, infinite shot selection, infinite movement, infinite pressure breaking. Like, he can do everything. Watching him play against fucking, who was that when he played against Lehechka, boy, dude, this guy is unreal. He's unreal, bro. Like, he is unreal. So, as I'm seeing how well he's playing in this tournament, I am a bit worried about this final. Just a tad bit, but for one thing, I think we're going to definitely get at least a... We'll talk about that when we get there. I won't even get on that. Anyway, I fancy the minus 1.5 set spread for Alcaraz. He's just been playing too fucking good. Looking at his match against Lehechka, he only gave us 5 aces, but he had 2 double faults, right? And we have Djokovic going against Taylor Fritz, and boy, oh boy. Djokovic had about 8 double faults, but he had 10 aces. Taylor Fritz had about 12 aces and 5 double faults. So, something you can definitely imagine is some double faults happening for Djokovic. You only put that in a single on FanDuel. It's at 4.5. It's plus money. He had 8 against Fritz. How many did he have against Struff? He had 0 against Struff. So, going against Alcaraz, he'll be a bit sharper, I would imagine. In their last head-to-head earlier this year, Alcaraz had 10 aces, 5 double faults. Novak had 3 double faults and 5 aces. Alcaraz had a better first serve percentage. Still lost the match. Only was able to get a set. He won more of his points on first serve, but he lost half of them compared to what... he lost half of his second serve points compared to what Djokovic did. He had 33% second serve points won percentage. And Djokovic had a 60% damn near. They broke each other over 4 times apiece. But return points won 3% difference. And that was Djokovic winning that. Crazy enough, Carlos, as far as the total points that were won in the match, Carlos only lost by like 9. But lost like a full set's worth. So 9 points is what, 2 breaks? Which is all you need to win. So I trust the form of Alcaraz right now. That's it. There's nothing more to it. I like the set spread for him today. That's the play I'm going to go with, I think. If you want to look at other stuff, I wouldn't take the aces. Let's see, in the past 2 matches over the past year, the first set has been really close. It's gone over 9.5. Usually. Whenever they play on a hard court, it always does. So you can definitely take that first set. going over 9.5. That's probably going to be priced at something ridiculous. A bit better than Alcaraz minus 1.5 on the set spread. I would rather take that just because we get the full game to look forward to instead of the first set and then be pissed if it doesn't hit. Talking about the first set and the third set type shit. Don't worry about that. We'll move right past that path in life and take the set spread. And that should be just about everything. I know it was a long video, but I want to be pretty thorough for the two matches that we have. Hopefully it's not going to be a 30-minute video for Alcaraz or whoever ends up coming out of these matches, right? Well, I thank you guys for watching. Nonetheless, I will see you guys in the next one. See you on Saturday night. Have a good rest of your weekend and enjoy the tennis. Let me know what you're playing in the pinned comment or in the comments next to my pinned comment. And take care.